Hey, it's Don, the Auction Professor. Today I wanted to talk about safety. I did address it a little bit in my live show, but as I promised, I am going to center in on safety today. There's a lot of things that go on that can affect the safety of your account. There's a lot of do's and don'ts that you just need to pay attention to. The first one is change all of your passwords to your PayPal, to your eBay, to whatever other account that you're using at least once every 30 days. That's a standard practice for most big industries. We change everything that we have on a constant basis, including our router password, gateway password, sign-ons to our PCs, our laptops. Even my phone password is changed constantly. I know everybody's fond of online banking and online inventory programs and things. Those are third-party software. They're software that uses your other information in a different way. They're unsecure for the most part. Facebook just had to come out and admit that they had a big hack which actually affected at least 50 million people that use Facebook. Another 40 million could be affected through third-party apps and other things along that line. One of the big key things is that you'll need to change your password for Facebook. Now, that's just the first basic step to make sure that you're not compromised. As of right now, I can guarantee you on the dark web, you can actually buy your personal information, I would bet, right this moment. Anything that was hacked shows up on the online, on the dark web through Tor or something like that pretty much immediately. It's sold right off the bat. Charge card numbers, whatever is stolen is sold through online sources like that. They can get information and access to your account, and God knows what else they can do with the information. Like on Facebook, any of the apps, the third-party apps, any of the gaming, any of the things that go on Facebook that aren't actually part of Facebook are vulnerable, any of them. And I know they've said not so in the past. Cambridge Analytica is a perfect example. If you're not paying attention, you didn't see that, they actually mined millions of people's information from using the apps without your permission, without OK, without anything like that. In the UK right now, they're under investigation. I believe there's going to be criminal charges pending with that. Facebook is facing a new one that could cost them billions of dollars over this latest hack. And this is just a long string of issues with Facebook over this. Now, I've said this before, Facebook's in the wild, wild west of what's going on. They're expanding. They're not taking care of the issues. They're not actually doing what they're supposed to be doing and safeguarding your information. Yours, mine, anybody's. That's just a fact. You know, you can look at it how you want, but the facts speak for themselves. A 50 million customer hack is one of the biggest ones I've ever heard of. And I follow that. I have an IT degree. I have a Safety Plus, a Net Plus, an A Plus, Microsoft Certs, the whole works. I've spent a lot of time in school. We've hacked into systems through some of our classroom work trying to figure out how to stop them. I know how that works for the most part. Anybody can download an app these days as well, too, from the dark web through Tor. If you're not familiar with Tor, Tor is a government-created browser that browses the dark web. And a lot of people aren't familiar with what the dark web is. The dark web is 95% of the entire internet. 5% is what we all see, the normal folks who don't use Tor, don't use any of the other browsers that get onto that aspect of it. So you're only seeing a small percentage of the web. The rest of it is tied into the dark. And it doesn't mean it's all bad. There's a lot of good stuff out there. There's a lot of good information that's not mainstream and things like that, that is legit from, you know, universities and all kinds of stuff like that. But the point of it is that someone with no experience can download an application that will hack your program, your system, whatever the case may be. Type in Facebook hack, and what you're going to get are a bunch of actual accusations and admitted hacks to Facebook. And then you are also going to see hundreds of people offering free programs to hack into someone's Facebook account just like that. No big deal. It's just a download for many people, a few little things to type in, and boom, they have your account. With eBay, it's a lot harder, but again, there are spoof emails and things like that that show up that look like they're from eBay that may be off from one character in the email address, or it may not have the HTTPS for security-wise, for the security protocol on there. And, you know, it'll trick you. You'll see stuff that says eBay, but it's not. Anytime an email tells you to go click on the email to take you somewhere, never, ever, ever, ever do it. Just like I was saying before in cloud computing, don't cloud compute. Your stuff is vulnerable. Anything you put on the net can be hacked into. Even the government sites are hacked. Even if it's just a simple thing as a DOS, denial of service attack, it's something that anybody can do these days with a few bots. And to get bots out there, it's just a matter of, hacking into basic things by getting somebody to even click on an email link that they thought was good. A cloned email from someone else, a cloned email from a site they didn't know about. I don't click on anything. I don't accept anything with links in it. I don't open any links to any account unless I know that person specifically and I know that an email with a link was coming in. That's just the only safe way to do it. And with cloud computing, if someone hacks in there, your stuff's gone. Constantly you're seeing stuff about celebrities, nude photos and things like that being hacked and put up and sold and dumped on the dark web or on the regular web or even on Reddit. And those are people that trusted even Apple's, iTunes, and all those other apps. I myself can hack into someone's system sitting in front of their house with just a laptop and them having a Wi-Fi activated or Wi-Fi enabled printer. You can hack into someone's facility through printers. You can use secondary sources. You can use video games. You can get in through a TV into someone's house. So you've got to have everything protected. You have to have gateways. You have to have secondary sources in your house. Firewalls. Maybe even a subnet inside your house that separately breaks off, your business from your personal accounts. There are so many options of ways that people can get your information. Our PayPal card number has been hacked several times, and we've had charges 1,000 miles away. And part of that is done by people just actually scanning the card and getting the information while they're doing it, reviewing videotapes in stores when they're not supposed to, or they'll have like slim slide-ins that go into like a charge card machine or an ATM or into, at McDonald's or something where they slide it over and it copies that information as well as processes it at the same time, and then they get the information that way. Another way that can be hacked in is if you have your Wi-Fi on your phone in public places or at the airport. Many people hack at the airport on laptops or whatever the case may be. I have my Wi-Fi off all the time. I turn off my phone all the time when I'm in questionable areas. I don't use my phone for banking. I don't use my phone for quite a bit of stuff. I barely use it for eBay other than checking comps. I barely use it for Amazon. And again, I change the passwords to it regularly across the board. It is not safe. Facebook alone is not safe. And that is part of the reason I don't want any links on my Facebook page unless they have been approved. So, I do have some help coming to help alleviate some of the time it may take me to get to Facebook posts. But again, it is not safe. If you click on a link and it's a fraudulent link and it takes you somewhere, you could be hacked immediately. You could have just accepted something to execute itself into your laptop, your PC, or whatever you're looking at the information from. Just like when you have third parties and you have links between them, or you log in with, your Facebook account into Spotify or Tinder, or whatever you happen to be using, all those other sites can be vulnerable. I know Facebook said that they don't believe that's the case, but they couldn't even tell the people were hacking them until they did certain actions. I read the reports. I've read all the IT, major magazines and online sources that talk about it. I read the reports from Facebook. And I look at this very seriously because a lot of people that, deal and are on Facebook use their business aspect of it, their advertising aspect of it. All of that information could be compromised already from that last hack. Any of those other logins that you use through Facebook, logins can be compromised through that hack. And this is just the latest hack. It's happened all the time. Facebook alone was basically started by Zuckerberg actually hacking into another building's actual, information on people without their permission. That's the basis of it. You've seen the movie, I've read the reports, I've read some of the books. That's how it started. Many people can hack, and again, as I said, you don't have to have the knowledge. You can just go in and download a program that'll break passwords, do DOS attacks, or whatever the case you're doing. It's very easily to shut down a site now or hack into it where they would have to shut down until they figured out why. And it's getting harder and harder to even tell that there was a attacker in your system. So again, these are just issues you have to be aware of. Don't think that security is fine. Don't trust any of these online sites. And as I said, change your password. Do not save your passwords online. Save them in a notebook, hide the notebook, bury it somewhere, change it constantly, rip out the old pages so there's no way to know if you're using sequential passwords or anything along that line. Change them up. It's fine to make a rule where you change all your passwords in the same way, but have them worded differently, have them in different orders, anything along that line. Have them longer, have them oddball information. Don't use names, don't use birth dates, don't use anything related to you, yourself, your family, your loved ones at all. Never ever do that. Long strings of code or numbers with letters mixed in, or characters or symbols, whatever your password allows. The most odd, bizarre combination you can get is the best for you. It is going to usually tell you what's high probability of being safe and not. But again, there's nothing safe online anymore. Nothing. So keep your stuff safe. Don't click on links. And just even on Facebook, for those of you who've seen the goating where they come in and take over your Facebook page and turn all the images into goats, that kind of stuff happens. There's a lot of stuff like that that happens. You know, people post negative, pornographic images to get other sites shut down. They'll post them and then report them. I am constantly, at least a couple times a month, having to delete and report, wrongful posts or, obnoxious posts or links for pages that are just terrible. So, you've just got to watch out for this. Some of them are screened that you may not have seen on my Facebook page, but they show up all the time. It is just not safe. And that's part of the reason I don't open up any links in any of my personal email accounts or anything. And again, unless I know you're sending something. So it's just safety factor. I'll actually scan everything. I use Malwarebytes if you're not familiar with that. Use that. Check it. Use it regularly. Make sure your database on your security databases for all of your protection is up to date. Make sure everything is up to date. Always update your Windows. Don't just trust that the automatic Tuesday night deadline went through. Go in and check it. Hit settings and then go to the updates button. You can also update everything else. A lot of stuff does not update on its own. You have to go to device manager and then you can individually check all the options in there. I guarantee you, if you haven't done that before and you go at any point from this point forward, you do a quick search on your PC. If you have a Windows, you can also hit the little folder icon at the bottom in the actual toolbar, and you're going to actually find something that hasn't been updated. Sometimes it's Wi-Fi connection information or software. There's a lot of things that need to be updated. It could be even your BIOS that most people don't have a clue on doing. These are all things that you need to look into. All of them have complete, clear, really easy to use instructions on how to do the updates on them. But again, you're going to have to spend the time to do it. Don't just rely on it automatically updating. Even like if you're using some programs like McAfee or any of those programs at all, Kasperian or any of the ones that do that, or even Defender, you need to make sure that they have updated correctly. They do not update all of your software for all of the things in your PC or your laptop. It just doesn't work that way. Many of them you have to set up individually, like a video card or anything like that. And a lot of them can have conflicts or other issues that can allow people to hack in. So that's just part of what you've got to be careful on. Add-ons onto your web browser, those can be hacked on many occasions. They happen a lot. Just type in hacking in Chrome and things. I know that they fix most of them, but there are many ways to get into systems. I've seen them in firsthand, in person, myself. I've seen the tools. We've went over it. There's a ton of books on it. You can hack into systems just so easily these days. So again, safety. Follow the rules. Change your passwords. Don't link third-party accounts to your eBay. Don't allow other people to cross-list some things unless you know that it's safe. And even if you think it's safe, it may not be safe. You may not get hacked on eBay, but another program or another app that you allowed access to could be hacked. The same thing like on cloud computing. It doesn't take much to be hacked. So again, if you value your money, your safety, just like on PayPal, change your passwords. Change your passwords constantly. Rotate through different passwords. Rotate, write them down. Don't record any of those on the PC. Again, that's critical. It's urgent. It's a 101 for everybody. It's something you should be doing all the time. The minute you get hacked and realize it's happened, it's too late. Your information is out there already at that point, and there isn't much you can do. Follow those rules. Always change your password every 30 days. Don't click on any links anywhere. Double check that every site you go to that has a secure sign-in has HTTPS at the first few characters of the actual address. Those are key things you want to do. And again, don't share your information. Don't give your password out to anybody. Keep your password off being online. All your stored passwords, store them on a tablet that you can burn up if you need to. Don't type in your charge card information anywhere you don't have to. Don't send it anywhere. Don't print anything that has it on it. Cut off anything that has any of your personal information on it. Don't trust that it's safe. So again, that's a key thing. It's important right now because of the hack that just happened with Facebook. But that's what I have for you today. It's an urgent thing that you should take care of and pay attention to. So don't blow it off like it's nothing. Don't blow it off like it's not anything to be concerned about. Some subscribers from my YouTube page here have received emails from Facebook that said that their account was compromised in the last hack. Just because you didn't get a notice doesn't mean it didn't happen. As I said, Facebook can't tell what happened at this point. So, and they may not ever release the correct information, so we may never know the extent of this hack or any of the other hacks or information that was stolen from people. So that's what I have for you today. Hopefully that gave you some thoughts and some ideas. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified when I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell a friend.